Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Lena at DangerousThing. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're here for the first time, and welcome to the second episode of Fast and Furious: The Legacy. So I have actually kind of played between the first video that I posted and this video a little bit, and so I completed the very first assignment, which was in Miami, or at least partially completed it. So today I'm going to complete chapter 1 in Miami, and then we're going to head over to chapter 2, which I believe is taking place in Tokyo. So the first chapter is all about drag racing, and I've completed some of the challenges, and right now it still feels more of a like a tutorial, because I feel that I'm playing through the game, and there are sort of a little directions on what to do and whatnot, and I really cannot wait until I'm actually through with all the chapters and I can actually go and compete. But let's jump in, and I am in the white Subaru, and as you can see on the right hand side there's a little pedal which you need to hit just to rev the engine up enough, but do not go into overdrive, and that would basically be everything where RPMs are red. That's when engine basically is just choking up and you're not doing yourself any good. But the controls are pretty simple. You swipe right and left. It's a little different from what I'm used to playing, especially with Asphalt, where you sort of just move your phone. Here you actually have to swipe it like in a runner game. But this mission here is all about avoiding cops, and I actually just bumped one. Sorry, sir. But the entire mode, you're basically just, running around them, and when you get really close to the cop car, or any car for that matter, and you avoid them, you get a near hit bonus. And I don't know if you get bonuses for hitting cops cars or not. We'll figure out at the end, but yeah. So as you can see, I got away, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but this still feels like a tutorial. It doesn't feel like I'm actually racing like I do when I go and I play an Asphalt 8 game, which, I can't really compare the two because they're different storylines, and it's not all about, racing and improving your skills. This is kind of like following the story of the Fast and Furious in all the movies, hence Fast and Furious Legacy. But I think we're almost done with chapter 1. We may have one more race to complete. Yes, one more race. Game tip: if a race is too difficult, buy upgrades to improve your car's performance. Well, obviously all of these games that I'm playing on my channel are freemiums, which means that you download the game for free and later you are open to make game purchases. And if you're really good and you play a lot, you may not have to make any purchases, and if you're kind of on and off gamer and just want to poke around in free time and not really worry about competing, you may make some purchases. So here we are again in a Subaru. I like that little Civic. The color is actually pretty cute, not gonna lie. On the left hand side you will see a nitro, and if you hit the nitro you will just take off like there's no tomorrow. So I'm gonna save it up and ram into him right here, because you get furious takedown when you do that, and that was awesome. Now, boys and girls, do not do this in real world. Only do that on your mobile device or your PS4 or Xbox or PC, but let's not bring it to the real world. Let's keep the aggression off the roads, because there's already enough aggression on the road. Come on. Rush hour, aggressive drivers, people don't know how to drive. So looks like we got a story reward. Let's check it out and see what that is. And there we go, you guys. We're off to chapter 2 in Tokyo, Japan. And I may have mentioned in the first episode, I think Tokyo Drift was one of my favorite movies in the entire saga of Fast and Furious. And I cannot wait to see what this one has to bring. And if anyone remembers Tokyo Drift, and I mean hence the title, we're probably going to be drifting. Hey driver, are you enjoying Fast and Furious Legacy? Yes, of course. That's great news. I will do that later, but thank you very much for suggesting. So this Subaru has not been souped up. It's pretty much, you know, as it came in the beginning of the game, and I have not earned enough to actually go into the shop and buy any upgrades. So I'm just gonna keep on riding as is and see where that takes me. But hello, Roman, or Raman. We heard you were tight with Han. Han was my brother. Driving beside me. All right, let's just jump in. To be quite honest with you, really am not great at reading all the pop-ups during games, but let's rev up the engine. Launch pedal is on the right-hand side. Let's get into that sweet launch zone and then press the launch button. And the goal here is to stay on the green arrow line. Apparently it refills your drift. Okay, so let's stay on the line, and we just use our fingers to tap the screen and move the car. I'm not sure why it's red. I guess it's red because you're not directly on it. It's green when you're perfectly drifting, and it's yellow, I guess, when it's not really drifting properly, when you're not hitting all the checkpoints. But this one is a little tricky, so I'm kind of swiping back and forth, and I don't know if one continuous swipe is enough. Yeah, it looks like one continuous swipe is actually working better, and we are almost at the finish line. We actually did not use nitro in this one, and of course we win. But yes, it is actually a tutorial, as it just popped up on the top of the screen and told us that it's a tutorial. No wonder I felt like we were just going through the motions. So let's hurry up and go on to the next one. Street mode, drafting, trading panes, close passes, and jumps are refilling our nitro. Okay, jump in, chapter 2, the second drift assignment. I'm pretty sure we're just going to be doing the exact same thing. Just barely avoiding your traffic gets you a close pass that refills your nitros. That's awesome. I think we've gotten that actually in the very first race of this episode. But yeah, it seems like we're going to be doing the same course, the same race, because I think that's how the previous one started. And I guess this is just us competing against other drivers. We're now against Hannah. And let's rev it up. Let's go. Late launch. Oops, sorry. We can't always be perfect. But I am just basically trying to get a hang of the drift. And looks like Hannah is actually way ahead of me. So I am loser in the back. So we just got a refill in our drift. Oh, that makes sense. So that little circle on top, as you get perfect drift, it basically fills up and gives you nitro, which I probably should save up, or I don't know if it saves up for the next race or it's just nitro per race. But we win yet again, acing it right and left. So let's just keep going through this. We are... I guess the first time I completed this, I had a better time. So for each one of these, we will get a reward. And at the end of it, like at the end of the first chapter, I got an extra bonus. And I guess it may be the case here as well. So I am just going to go ahead and... oh, no, I'm not going to... let's see. Let's upgrade it, since we now have a bit of cash in the bank. And... yeah, not enough currency. Let's keep on racing to get the currency. But customize. No, I'm not going to customize my rims just yet. And it's already low profile tires, which I'm pretty happy with. So keep getting the same tip, you guys. If it's difficult, go and upgrade your car. I mean, it's a no-brainer, you know. Nobody goes out to compete in Formula 1 and Honda Civic. Like, you gotta upgrade your car, so keep on racing, keep on earning that money. Let's launch it again. Perfect launch, yay. We got half the refill circle ready, and I think I'm getting a better hang of the controls. I really enjoyed the drag racing mode better. In real world as well, I'm more of a drag racing kind of girl than drifting kind of girl, to be honest, because drifting kind of scares me in real world. You just never know, and I don't have a fancy car. I drive a Volkswagen Golf. It's a 5-speed manual transmission, and so I don't know that I would be doing this in real world, which, you know, is why I'm playing all these racing video games. But even in racing video games, I definitely do prefer drag racing. There's just something about, you know, the thrill of having to beat every opponent and be ahead of them versus, you know, just spinning around in circles and getting perfect donuts and whatnot. But hey, I can't knock it. It's part of the game. It's part of the legacy, and, you know, a huge part of the second chapter, Tokyo Drift, is, you know, is drifting. So we now have completed the next level and just got our reward. And I'm gonna just go ahead and fast forward this for you guys, because I think the next race is gonna look just very similar to the previous one. So I'm gonna fast forward it, and we'll catch you at the end. Chapter 2. So let's see what is going to come next of it, and we still have a couple of chapters to go, and then we can go and compete. So